Welcome to a brand new episode of the Post Game. I'm your host, Davion. I'm joined by Lillian
What's up?
and Oronde.
What's poppin'?
And today we are on our last division of the Let's Talk NFL series. Clap it up for us. Well done. Great job. We've finished almost. We got three more to record after this one, but we're on our last division in our Let's Talk NFL series, and I'm so excited to be done with this series. You guys don't understand how much work it is to do this. But anyway, yes, we are finishing on the NFC North, starting today with the Minnesota Vikings. So, like we say this, every start of this, how do we think the Minnesota Vikings will do?
They'll either be the second or top spot.
Yeah.
That's what we shall expect.
And so, do you expect the Vikings to do what they did last season? What were they 10-7, 11-6 or something?
I think
They went 13-4.
Oh,
yeah, they popped off.
So do you expect them to be that good? And if you do expect them to be that good, do you expect them to make a farther push in the playoffs this season?
We would like to see them make a farther push because they are. I'm a big Kirk Cousins fan, and I like to see him succeed because bro has finessed millions of dollars from the NFL, and I'm like, you know what? I'll root for this guy.
He's about to get a bag after next
He's
season.
about to get another bag, exactly, and I'm all for it because he's a fun brand of football. You know, quote saying, "If I die, I die." Like, how can you not love this man?
Literally said that. Man, it's nuts. So, talking about the Vikings and talking about their success last season, do you think losing Dalvin Cook is a alert? Like, does that help or hurt them?
It's not too bad because they were already top 10 in passing yards a game and points for, but they are also bottom 5 in rushing yards a game. So, I mean, losing Dalvin will not be too much of a problem since there was already a drop in production as it is.
Yeah. And I mean, they still have Alexander Madison. So they don't have as much of a receiving threat in the backfield, but they're fine.
So with their receiving, you got Kirk Cousins who can give you a top 15 performance every season. Them losing Adam Thielen, but Jay Jett is still being there. What do you expect them to be, a top 10, top 5 passing offense this season again?
Yes, I expect them to hold up that same level of production minus Thielen because Thielen was really just the end zone guy, and I appreciated him in fantasy for that exact reason. But I'm sure he'll find another person to fill in that spot when it gets close to the end zone. I think they were 8th or 9th in end zone passing percentage, anyways. So I don't think that I expect that to drop too much more, if at all.
And so, okay, looking at all of that and looking at the Vikings and looking at their production last season, looking at their schedule, that's what I wanted to go with. They have Tampa Bay week 1, which I think is a win. Week 2, they have the Eagles.
That's a loss. That's in Philly.
Week 3, you have the Chargers.
In Philly? Oh, yeah, that is in Philly.
You have the Chargers week 3.
Great game. Great game. I'll give that as a toss-up.
Yeah. And then you got Carolina.
Probably a W.
Kansas City.
They have a chance, but I'm not gonna give them too much credit, though it is a home game, so I probably will lean towards Vikings just for the fuck of it.
The Bears.
Win.
The 49ers.
We still don't know if they have a quarterback, but I can assume that the Vikings will win.
I mean, Brock Purdy's been doing well.
I've heard he's had a good camp so far as well.
Yeah.
And then you have Packers, Falcons, Saints.
Win, maybe loss? Question mark.
I got lost.
Good mood today, huh?
I'm in a good mood. I don't really know what to expect from the Vikings defense. That's my real question.
Yeah.
The Vikings defense without Zadarius Smith will be interesting.
Because as a whole, given their points for and points against, they are literally negative 0.2.
Yeah, their defense already wasn't very good last year. And it's not like it got better.
And then you have the Broncos.
Considering that they're potentially losing Anthony Barr already.
Well, he's gone, I'm sure. I'm pretty sure he's gone, right?
He's still shopping around. He could
Yeah.
return. It's not likely, but he could.
Yeah. We got Broncos, Bears for the second time, Raiders. That's two wins at least for me.
I can get behind that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get 2 wins there.
And then you have to finish out the season. You have the Bengals, you have the Lions,
I'm looking at 4
Packers,
losses there.
and the Lions.
That's rough.
I see 3 losses there.
See at
Ever
least.
since.
It's crazy how they saved the Lions and the Vikings for the last 3 weeks. That's how they did the Saints and the Panthers
that's weird.
years ago.
That's
It's
it's
awful.
brutal.
Why do
It's
they do
brutal.
I mean, there's
To bully him.
to bully them, but the weather won't be an issue at least.
that? Yeah.
That's true.
Two dome teams.
It's a positive thing, but at the same time, like I would love to see
They're
winner
gonna
Detroit.
hate-
Miserable.
game. Yeah, no, they're gonna be fine. They don't really have to play in any weather. Like
Yeah,
any bad-
and that's the thing, especially like when it comes to the playoffs. I mean, they're a dome team, and so depending on if they get to the playoffs, and well, if and when they get to the playoffs, the NFC is not that good, and we've talked about that all preseason, all postseason, not postseason. What is it called? All off season long. That we've talked about how you know these guys aren't. I mean, all off season long, we talked about how it doesn't matter how good you are in the regular season, but the playoffs, I mean, you have to really focus and play good football. Granted, they even played, I think they lost in their dome at home in the playoffs last season, didn't they?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because Kurt drove home, remember? And yeah, anyway.
Ooh,
But
do we think we'll see snow for that Packers game though? Because it is on
because
New
is
Year's
that the
Eve, I
one
believe.
before?
That's
Yeah.
a home.
It's
game, though.
it's the day before New Year's.
That's in Minnesota. So
Oh, that's
it-
a home game. I read it as a
Yeah.
away game for some reason. Never mind.
even if it is snowing, they won't know the difference.
Shame. But I do like their first round pickup, Jordan Addison. I'm a big fan of his. And I
What's
think he'll be a
happening
great
with him as
addition.
far as his reckless driving?
I don't think there'll really be too much repercussion for it.
Yeah, I think he might be suspended a day or two, but
Who?
Jordan
Jordan
Addison,
Addison,
What do you
he was
do?
going like 140.
he was going 135 and a 65. He
Bro,
was
what's up with
late.
these dudes? Like, I understand you had a
He was
fast
late.
car. Go into
Oh,
a
this says
track.
140 and a 55.
Gosh.
But I think it was at like 3 a.m. He wasn't drinking or anything.
It was 3 in the morning. He was just driving.
Said he
Gotta
had
be
like
smarter.
a dog emergency.
Oh, I saw that. Yes.
Oh,
He
that's
said
right,
he
it
was
was his
rushing his
dog.
dog to the emergency room or something, right?
Mm-hmm.
Was that real?
I have no idea.
I think it's been confirmed.
Uh, huh. Huh. Well, here's the thing. So, I mean, looking at that and looking at all of the stuff that we've talked about with the Vikings, like, so what if and when they make it to the postseason, do you expect them to, like, how far can they go? Can they win the Super Bowl this year? Could they even make it to the NFC Championship game?
If they keep up their offensive prowess and kind of just pull in early last season Lions and just throw down points, just make every game a shootout, they have a fighting chance.
Yeah.
I mean, they made every game a shootout last year. And as the defense got worse, their offense didn't get better. I think we see a bit of a fall off from the Vikings.
Well, that's like maybe something.
Because Kirk threw for what 4,500 yards. Jefferson caught for 1,800 yards. Excuse me.
Oh, hello.
Damn.
But here's the thing: when you look at, I'm looking at their game they lost last season, the wild card against the Giants. I mean, they lost in a shootout against Daniel Jones. Don't get me wrong, I'm all for Danny Dimes. I'm thinking they're gonna be there. Listen, hear this now and write it down. There's gonna be an upset next year. The Giants will be better than the Dallas Cowboys. Plain and simple. Plain and simple. But anyway, they lost in a shootout to the Vikings. Like, what are the odds that they can like their defense can produce something of like stability and like
I forgot they
defense.
just lost. They lost their best corner too because Pat Pete's a Steeler now.
Oh yeah,
he
that's
is.
true. But I just remembered something because I was going through their games last season. They also forced New England into a shootout,
Yeah.
which is one of the better defenses at that time, especially in the middle towards the middle of the season. So it's like if you can do that and just keep up that momentum this year, I like their chances. Now, granted, they did get pooped on by the Philadelphia Eagles, but you would we would like to. I wouldn't mind seeing a good Vikings team in back-to-back seasons.
Man, yeah, to shoot
Me
out with the Colts
personally.
too.
Yeah,
Oh
they
yeah,
did
because
go to
they
overtime.
that's like the biggest comeback ever, right? Like, against the
Yes.
Colts. That's pathetic from the Colts. Looking at it right now.
The fact that they needed to come back against the Colts though says something.
No, because the Colts also almost beat the Chiefs, or they did beat the Chiefs. So it's
But
like how
yeah,
how
they
much
gave
can you
up
really
36
The
how
Colts
much
did
can you
beat the
really
Chiefs, but
blame
that was
them?
like early season Chiefs before they get
I
going.
don't want to
when they
hear
got
early
hot.
season crap.
Oh, real what?
The
That's
Chiefs are the Chiefs. They have a standard to uphold.
I guess so. I guess so. Listen,
But in
so
that loss to Detroit last season as well, Kirk threw for 425. Can we talk about that?
no.
Yeah, Kirk threw for 425, and they couldn't run the ball because Detroit dominated Dalvin Cook.
Yeah, Cook had 23 yards on the day.
I remember that game vividly.
It was absurd. That was absurd. I ain't got more to say to that.
Yeah.
Who
So
else is on the
any as we finish off, any final thoughts talking about this team and how we expect them to be next season?
Vegas has the Vikings as the number 2 shot to win the division as it stands.
What do they
That's
have
the
them
biggest
for the
overall.
conference? Like NFC, period.
Uh, hold on. I didn't have that pulled up yet.
No, you're good.
Oopsies. I think they had. Where is it? I'm pulling up every NFL odds inside for the ones I actually want to see.
They're 7th right now.
7th.
Yeah. The Lions
Hmm.
are 4th.
Why they are 4th?
The Lions are, huh? Well, anyway, unless you're gonna go find it, I'm gonna go ahead and close out.
Mm-mm. Oh, they're yeah, the 4th, 7th. Jeez, the Cardinals are
Cardinals are
beyond a long shot. Good Lord.
When
Yeah, so
Baker Mayfield is that far ahead of you, you're in a bad spot.
okay, yeah, I don't even talk about that bum. That's screwed.
Hey.
Bro, don't start.
Hey.
Don't
Not
start. Don't start. Don't even start. Yes, but okay, Minnesota fans, let us know how you feel. Let us know how you think your season will go. I'm excited to see what happens with you guys. You guys had a great season last season, so maybe they can keep it going, maybe not. But yeah, I have been your host, Davion. That's been Lillian. That's been Oronde, and this has been the post game. Peace.